Alright, so you guys really wanted me to do some commentary over these matches, so that's what we're gonna do. My first opponent is going to be Xiao Yu. Catch him with an axe kick, but I do a weird combo. I think that was a mistake. I was probably trying for something else. And then he whiffs the 3 Atilda 4, which is like one of the best moves in the game, but not when you whiff it. So just try and keep on the corner pressure there. Catch him with a jab. Backdash into whiff punish at the start of the round, classic. This time I do a proper combo. You can't do the max damage wall combo because Xiao Yu is a small target. You can see the amazing pushback properties of down 1-2 here. Very, very good. It's kind of like Kazumi's bootleg version of Laser Scraper from Devil Jin at the wall, but obviously nowhere near as good. Nice combo by my opponent, good damage. I'm just trying to get out of the corner situation, but he pushes me back in using a slash kick. And I think slash kick from Xiao Yu is like one of the best moves also in the game, because she can go straight into all kinds of AOP stuff. You know, it launches, it's an amazing move. You can see me whiff punish with 1+2 here, which has very low and extended hitbox, which is good against AOP, which will crush a lot of stuff. He whiffs another slash kick, so I get a Shoryuken. Yeah, and the low is pretty obvious, and that's a very nice aspect of Kazumi's tsunami kicks, is that you can actually create flow combos like that. It's not super consistent. Sometimes it will whiff on AOP and relax, but a lot of the time it works pretty well. It's a very high hitbox while standing 4. This Kazuya guy I played a couple of times, and you know, he has a lot of games and a pretty low rank, but he was actually very decent. You know, fast electric, you know, he had the hell sweep locked and loaded, and it's just you know, makes me feel that the standard of Tekken player in the world right now with Tekken 7 is so extremely high. I mean, you can't sleep on anybody, even in lower ranks. It's really impressive. It's so great. So you can see I lose that first round pretty convincingly. I didn't exactly play well, but it's not the point of these videos, you know, to show you that I'm kind of awkward and stale, making a lot of mistakes in the beginning, but hopefully by the end, a little bit more warm, a little bit more fluid, you know. Very late on the whiff punish there, so he walks around me and gets the back. Nicely done. The back 4 there after tsunami kicks on hit is actually a pretty consistent counter hit setup for Kazumi. For some reason, people really like to press buttons after getting hit by while standing 4-4, and you can get consistent counter hits with back 4. This time he blocked it, however. Shouldn't have finished that string. It's very punishable. And there's the actual max damage wall combo for Kazumi. As you can see, amazing damage. I do a block punish on the hell sweep there. I did 1-2-2, which is decent, but you can get a lot more because it's a launch punishable move. There you can see a big damage combo off of Magic 4, which is one of Kazumi's best moves, one of the fastest and best counter hit launchers in the game. I used to dislike it because of its very stumpy range, but it's something you need to learn to work with because the move is so good, it's really worth it. So let's see if we can make this comeback for the promotion. Again, counter it for a fantastic move. Stature kick. Oh yeah, and he gets me with the rage art. If he'd done anything else, that would have been the win, but you gotta be careful about rage arts. Alright, so that's, I think, Vindicator? Or is that the first orange rank? I don't remember the English names of the ranks, I'm sorry, but that's the second yellow rank. I included one more game against this guy because I thought he was a fun opponent. Thought he played very well. Tries to go for the wall carry there, but you know, this stage has a weird shape. It's hard to find the wall sometimes. What I'm trying to do there is actually a sidestep left into 2-1, which if you get it on whiff can give you a guaranteed combo on the back, which is very unique and very fun. It's not something that I'm good at setting up yet, so I didn't get it to work during this session, but that's the reason I was sidestepping into 2-1 repeatedly. You can see they're running 2 from Kazumi catches side rolls, and I was just trying to go under an electric. For some reason he thinks it's a good idea to break out the 10 string, you know, the Tekken 1 strats, but I've been playing this game a little bit too long to get caught by that. I have had comments on some videos about why I never teach or talk about 10 strings in my videos, and as a general rule of thumb, it's just because they're terrible and you shouldn't be using them. Unless you're Feng, then you should be using them all the time and never stopping. Feng has a very, very good 10 string. Well, the first couple of hits of it, anyway. And there you can see he could have actually punished my Crimson Dawn, because Kazuya is one of the few characters in the game who has the ability to do that. Which is such a huge factor in this matchup. Really makes the matchup against Kazuya so much worse for Kazumi. I think it's a huge deal. But you know, on these lower ranks, a lot of time people don't know the specific frame data. But the 3 characters that can launch punish Crimson Dawn there are Josie, Kazuya, and Eddie. And so those are some of Kazumi's worst matchups for that reason. Next we're going to play this Paul, and I kind of like playing against Paul. He's a common character, the most common character in the low ranks, because like if you just keep on moving, he will usually give you big enough openings that you can just take it. But there's also that thing where, you know, he only needs to catch you with 1 Death Fist or 1 Demo Man sometimes to steal an entire round. So there's always a stress factor involved. Again, you can see just backdash into whiff punish works very consistently at the beginning of the round. And here just hard read the mid. Trooper roll. Oh, whenever you're in that situation where he charges that move up against Paul, just stay calm. Do a big backdash and whiff punish the second hit, and that's going to work pretty much every time. He uses a 2-throw to reverse the positioning, good idea. Whiff punish the Death Fist. It's a cool cinematic finish. Alright, so this is going to be the Juggernaut promotion, I think. So we're in a little bit of a streak here. 9 wins so far. But I'm not exactly playing fantastically or anything. And you can see here I'm very sloppy at the beginning of the match against this Josie. My spacing is off. You can see again I don't hit confirm the flash punches there, which is a very important strategy with Kazumi, so I shouldn't be finishing that string there. That's something that is huge for her, but I'm guessing it's, you know, it's something that also takes a little bit of time to get used to, you know, to be comfortable with the hit confirm. Decent block there on the low. You can see my opponent's doing a lot of attacking and whiffing, and I'm just trying to like find and pick my spots. You never want to get hit by, you know, a straight butterfly edge. It's block punishable. I finished the Crimson Dawn there, and again, that's a dangerous situation because Josie is one of those 3 characters that could have punished me, but he pressed a button, so I got the knockdown instead, which is the constant mix-up that you're applying with Kazumi a lot of the time. You know, are you going to finish the Crimson Dawn or not? If they don't press a button, then you can sort of keep on pitbulling them with offense. But obviously if they press a button, they might get knocked down or wall splat, which is a big deal as well. Running 2 for the finisher. Counter 4, but the wall angle is too awkward, so I can't finish her. So I use that fantastic command throw that Kazumi has for the finish. The most consistently wall splatting throw in the game, I think. You can get similar stuff with Josie and with Katarina, but Kazumi will like very consistently always wall splat when you get that throw, and so it's very, very good, but also very abusable. Nice little sidewalk. I might have been able to convert that combo better for the win, you know, but turning a wall splat and converting it into a full combo out into the open like that is something that takes a little bit of time with a character, because it's you know, you got to convert and be quite quick, and be careful that you don't drop it halfway and then you get launched by some sort of while standing move. Next we're going to play the Steve, also a very decent player. He attempts to do some unnecessarily difficult stuff with Steve, but you know, he's probably just training and trying to learn a new character as well, so you can't blame him. But he tries to do, you know, the blue spark move where you can get guaranteed damage with Steve. It's actually possible, if you're really good, to get a guaranteed Sonic Fang right after. I think he's going to do it now. Yeah, you can see he attempts to cancel into Sonic Fang. That's really hard to do, but if you can do it consistently, it's obviously extremely powerful. So this is, you know, another very decent player who's down here trying to pick up a new character, is my guess. Again, you can see I like to look for that counter hit after Tsunami kicks on hit. Nice Sonic Fang. Big whiff, I got lucky. Shouldn't have let that get blocked, and I got lucky again. So this is a round that I feel I deserve to lose. Maybe I do. Yeah, I definitely deserve to lose this round. Okay, good. That's fair. That feels fair. Yeah, and he does a lot of just highs at the beginning of the round right there. Got a little bit too excited. So we're gonna crush that with a Shoryuken. This time he doesn't break the 1+2. And again, another situation where I might have been able to sidewalk into some sort of cool combo out in the open. It's something I haven't practiced at all, so maybe I should sit down in practice mode with that. So you can see we're on a pretty big streak so far, but then I run into this Devil Jin. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but basically this guy liked to do a lot of strings, and for some reason I had in my head that I was going to try and go between the individual hits with counter hit 4 and with jabs. So I just ended up eating, you know, like right there, the second hits of all these strings, and just eating so much unnecessary damage. You see, I do a pretty decent whiff punish right there into a, you know, half decent combo. So I was sort of awake, but there's a lot of sloppy stuff going on in my defense. My defense was very poor in this game. And you can see he's even able to cheese me with the big unblockable and everything. So even though I was operating on so much momentum, you know, 12 win streak and whatever, I just went on complete tilt after that first round, and you know, then it's just over. Finishing that flash punch combo again for no reason, getting block punished. It's another decent whiff punch at the beginning of the round. Running 2. Good break. And that final 4-2 there, the power crush was actually, I was probably trying to do a running 2, so that was even a missed input on the instant while running. So you can see that I'm a little bit salty and a little bit on tilt here, and it's really messing up my defense. And that's going to be the end of the streak. So what happened here is we're actually going to jump ahead because I ended the session right there, and then I had 2 days of work that were completely crazy, so I couldn't really play a lot of Kazumi. I had a couple of stray games, but then this session is the start of where I started playing this morning when I tried to, you know, properly sit down with a drink and some music and keep the grind upwards going. So my first opponent this time was this Law, another very decent player. You can see there I do I accidentally get the fly 1+2 instead of the 2 1+2, which would have killed him, so I wouldn't have had to do that final mix-up. So that was a mess up. Good stuff. Whip punish that. You can see he goes for the slide mix-up, and for some reason I eat it, even though you shouldn't in that situation, and he gets it again. But then big whiff on the Shaolin spins, so I'm able to get him with the jabs there for the round. But this game was closer than it looks. And Law, one of those characters who has just insane damage when he gets going. So you know, a turnaround with Law can happen at any point, and you really need to be super careful throughout. You see, I finish a Hunting Hawk there, which is weird. But a lot of the time, the last hit of Hunting Hawk for Kazumi just finds hits unnecessarily, and it actually wall splats in that situation because it's a spin move. So it's a bit of a gamble, but it worked out. And I remember thinking that this game against this Dragunov was where I started to feel that my Kazumi was getting warmed up, and I was feeling kind of confident. You can see I'm moving a little bit crisper, things are flowing a little bit better. I'm playing a little bit more in that sort of pitbull kind of style that I think Kazumi is meant to be played in. So I remember feeling really good, and then it was just an issue of like finding that momentum here and just trying to carry it forward, you know. Power crushes are always good against running 2 from Dragunov. Unfortunately, you don't have a very good power crush with Kazumi. She has 3 of them, none are especially good. And you know, I'm used to having fantastic stuff like back 4 from Miguel, forward 1+2 from Eliza. But you shouldn't complain, because you know, Kazumi is definitely not a character who struggles for good moves. Get him with an axe kick there. It's good as an interruption tool, but you can't really use it for whiff punishment because it's a little bit too slow. And see, that time I properly hit confirm, or I confirmed that I didn't get a hit with flash punch. I hit the brakes and then I catch him with the mid. So that's the kind of stuff that you need to be able to do on the fly with Kazumi, and that I haven't been doing all that well up until this point. There you can see the surprising backswing evasive properties of Dragunov's Power Crush. It actually dips back quite far and creates whiffs, which is very dangerous and very annoying. It's going to be the promotion game for Usurper, and this was the most difficult game that I had to play on this little grind with Kazumi. This guy was one of the best opponents, and he was playing really well. What's his name? Blood Ash. I've played his other characters. He has some pretty high ranked characters. Kazuya is not his main, and he's very, very decent. So yeah, this was difficult, and there was a lot of sort of mind games going on. I could have taken that round much more easily by properly whiff punishing there. I almost gave it away, but I kind of got lucky and found a hit with 1+2. And I eat Hell Sweep. I tend to eat a lot of Hell Sweep. You can see his electric is crisp, and so I'm trying to find spots to go in on him, but it's really dangerous because that keep out is so powerful with Kazuya. And he gets me with the axe kick, so yeah. I feel right now like it's an issue of me having to like try and create space, but then because I have such stumpy range on a lot of my stuff, you know, being really careful about where I pick my spots with her. You can see I'm not succeeding in doing that at all so far in this round. And here he throws the round with the Rage Shard. I'm pretty sure because I did 2 fly stand setups for Oki in a row, I'm pretty sure what he thought I was going to do was fly in and try and apply Oki again, and so he wanted to catch me out of the air with the Rage Shard, but he got a little bit too excited, and I was able to block it, so very important that I was able to take the lead here. You can see the, you know, the homing moves, the electrics, it's really fast, there's a lot of keep, but I'm just trying to find the right one to go under. And that time I found it, but it's like having to be really patient and not going for an opportunity that's too iffy. And there you can see I actually lost that round, but it was like 1 pixel, 1 frame, and that axe kick would have connected. So it's very, very close. Again, I'm just gonna try and like find the right spot to go in and go under a high here. And he's looking for the electric over and over. And then the 4th time, I crush it. So no, find a little pattern there. I mess up the combo though, he gets my back. And I get the Rage Drive for the win, but I messed up the combo, so I almost lost that actually. What I should have just done is just Hunting Hawk, which is a very consistent sort of combo after Rage Drive. And what happened when I got to Usurper basically is I ran into this Horong. We played 5 games, I won 4 and lost 1, and by the 5th game I was on promotion, so not terribly interesting, but it was fun. Horong is a character I especially felt in this match how you can see I'm doing really well. I'm getting a lot of damage, and then if he just gets in and finds a little bit of momentum, he starts steamrolling, and it's so much damage. You know, Horong, very momentum-based character, very high damage, very, very good at staying aggressive. You know, a complete pit bull, and so I feel the flow of the match was like I was trying to, you know, keep him locked out. I didn't want him to, you know, come in and play with me because it's so easy to just eat, you know, half your life bar or more in damage off of 1 mistake against this character. So he's not going to fall for the counter at 4 setup there off of fly 1+2, so he knows about that. Hit the brakes just in time, then not to get hit by the Marn's leg. I could smell the low that time, mess up the combo, but I had a feeling he was going to go for get up 3, and you can see that's an example of what I was saying earlier, how Tsunami kicks on hit tends to set up back 4 for the counter hit quite well, and so I was able to get it great there. I think I had like literally 1 point of health left, so yeah, I'm just trying to use my jabs to push him towards the corner. after tsunami kicks he really likes to do Mornslag, who are wrong players in general, that is, because it's just a position he's in where he can do it, and you gotta duck those. It's not super, I was able to do it properly that time, but it's not super comfortable to punish Mornslag with Kazumi because her while standing 2 is slow. She doesn't have a 15 frame while standing launcher, and Mornslag recovers so quickly. It has great recovery, so it's hard to duck under and punish a lot of the time. It's going to be the promotion game for Vanquisher. And again, I'm just trying to keep him locked out. I don't want him to get in and find momentum, because as you can see right here, once he does, it just takes a couple of seconds and then my life bar's gone, you know? Again, I'm going to try and push towards the corner here, but he rolls out to the side and I lose the positioning a little bit, so I'm trying to go for the other corner. He gets a counter hit, and now I'm in a really bad position here with my back against the wall. And if I had had just a little bit more life left, that would have worked, but I got killed, so nice work. Big whiff, didn't punish properly. Even if I had done a proper down for 2 there, I think it would have whiffed at that range, because as I've said before, Kazumi has very stumpy range on her whiff punish game. It's not all that good at all, which is why I've used 1+2 so much, that move, because that actually has some really decent range, and you get decent damage and a knockdown at least. Skyrocket, get a while standing 2. So now I'm trying to close this out here, but look what happens. Like, I'm about to get the promotion, I'm feeling great, and then I guess wrong in the mix-up situation once, and look at my health bar, you know. He starts pushing, and all of a sudden it's just gone. So yeah, extremely momentum-based character Horon. Gets a counter hit, but he wasn't able to combo properly. If he had, that would have been a very bad spot for me. Whiff punish the Peacekeeper, Hell Sweep. So he saw the Hell Sweep that time, so this time I think, you know, I'm going to go for the mid and see if he wants to eat the launcher for the mid instead. But he just blocks it. Fortunately, he didn't block punish properly. So again, I guess wrong for the mix-up here, and I'm about to drop it. But I also have a Rage Drive. Nice throw break. And Tony the Tiger is going to do it for us. That was the last game, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was enjoyable. See you again very soon.